This is going to be the second video in my videos of projects that I worked on over the winter. This one's going to be my Windsock setup or system, wherever you want to call it. Originally I'd used this thing that I made. This is actually some 4-inch PVC fittings and like an 1 1/4 inch, 1.5 inch piece that I put concrete in. And this used to be to weight down my old pole. And then I also had a piece of PVC mounted on the side of my rack in the back. And I used this Jacklite fiberglass pole. This is a 16-footer. I actually put a hole in it somewhere along here and then wrapped it with shrink tubing to protect it. But it's missing its cap on the bottom. It's missing the cap on the top. And then, like I said, it's broken. So I changed from this pole. But it used to just sit inside of this and then sit on the side of my truck, in the back of my truck. And then it was actually also in the way of my camera. I usually mount a camera on the roof of my truck while I'm flying, just to get another camera angle. And this would always be in the shot. So I wanted it off the back end and I wanted it out of the way. And most of the times when I pull to the LZ, at least where I've been flying, my motor is on the side of the LZ, right? So I could put it on and just walk out to the field. And nothing was happening in the front, so I came up with this other idea to mount my pole. I got one of these front end trailer hitches. And just, you know, it's just mounted onto the frame of the truck, and it has a 2-inch receiver in it. And then I bought one of these. This is actually made for a flagpole on like an RV or something like that. It's got a 2-inch tube and then I think that's a 2-inch, maybe 2.5-inch pole mount right here. I put a piece of PVC inside of it and then sanded out the edges so that it wouldn't damage my pole when it was flexing in the wind. So it's lined with a piece of plastic that's smoothed out. But as you can see, you just mount this into the receiver, just like that, and then we got a really sturdy pole mount for our Windsock. Now I said I changed to a different pole. This is the new pole that I got, and this is just a PVC tube that I made to protect it. It's got standard plumbing fittings on each end. I did have to modify this one a little bit. I had to cut the threads down shorter so this piece would fit flush. This is like from a compression fitting, and so it had a hole in the top, so I just put a piece of Kydex inside of there and glued it in, so it's a solid cap. So the new pole is also a Jacklite pole. It's a 28-foot fiberglass pole, and you can see it fits right in here perfectly. And I went ahead and put a piece of the soft-sided Velcro at the top here, right at where it hits the edge of the pole mount, just to give it some more protection when it's flexing. I found these online. They're actually for a flagpole. You put them on like your flagpole in front of your house, and then your flag actually clips onto these. But you can see it's got this nice rotating aluminum piece that goes in the center. So I've used this, and then I lined that with a piece of foam so that it gets stopped on the pole as it goes up. So I used that with, I made this streamer also. This is made out of like 1.5 inch sequins. And I folded them like a taco so they wouldn't slide down on each other when I threaded the string all through them. And I got this because it reflects the sun really well. And there's been a couple cases where I've been really far away from the LZ and I wasn't quite sure where it was at. And I was hoping this would give me like a little shimmer, a little shot of light, so I could go, hey, there's a flicker over there, maybe that's where the LZ is. And I just have that clipped onto here, and this will stop about halfway down the pole. And the cool part is that the diameter of this is perfect for the inside diameter of the pole itself, so it just sits in there until it gets extended. Just like that. I also made, I think this is my 3rd or 4th spin sock that I've made. The other ones, I noticed that the only color I could see when I was coming, or when I was far away from an LZ, or that I really focused on, was orange. The other ones that I've made, one was almost all really dark, mostly black, with a couple orange and white stripes in it. And then I made another one that was orange, but the orange didn't catch your eye very well at all. So I went ahead and I ordered this really bright orange fabric online, and made this new spin sock. And that's mounted to the jack light. This goes on top of the pole, and it actually keeps the kite or the windsock from wrapping around the pole and getting snagged on the pole. It pushes it away from it. And these just snap onto the top of their heavy-duty poles like the one I have.